What up, guys? This is episode 6379. I'm about to sleep. Just wanted to record some thoughts. Oop. Got scared as hell. This neighbor just passed over my window. I'm recording on the window. They just passed over it. And I'm speaking English in Brazil. So it's like completely weird because no one speaks English here. But, I finished high school finally, and as a 14-year-old, 3 years ago, I would be completely disappointed on myself because I didn't want to finish high school. I wanted to get rich way before. But now, as almost a major, as almost as 18-year-old, I think that it's good for me to not have gotten rich because I always struggled with being proud, with lack of humility, with not being humble. And humility is the ultimate virtue. Our Lady Virgin Mary, Mother of God, is the most humble, is the humblest creature God has ever made. And it's not like something out of nothing that she is the most perfect creator God has ever made, because humility is the ultimate virtue. And imagine if I had gotten rich. Of course, I haven't had gotten rich yet. Again, the guy passed over my window and scared a lot out of me. Because of my laziness, etc. Addiction of pornography made me lazy, and I couldn't keep consistency on anything, and that's what basically made me not succeed on anything in these last 4 years. 3 years, whatever. I succeeded a little bit on karate until 2019, but it was like a minor thing that if I had kept consistency, of course, the pandemic changed it all because I lived on the farm and it was extremely difficult to go train because, a lot of factors, but I didn't complete anything great in these last 3 years. But that's it. I completed high school. I have now, 11, 12 hours a day free of spare time, which I have to use to exercise and study and read a lot and create and build things people want to buy, people want to afford, basically, or sell things that already exist for people who want to afford them. Basically, what I shall do, I should do, I'm supposed to be a seller. I shall sell, I should sell. Because sellers are and I've already mentioned it some videos ago, sellers are the people who make actual money. And if you stop to think, they're not who, firstly changes the world. Not that I'm supposed to do it, but who theoretically changes the world is the one who creates the thing, who creates the product. But without the seller, without the customers, and in most cases you need someone to sell them, to create, to strategize things to sell them, you can't create things, you can't fund any creation or whatever. So that's it. And today is Thursday, and we have this tradition here that every year the people who finish high school, they all go to the mass, basically. Oh, not all of them, because some people are atheists, some people are Protestant, whatever. But everyone is. We call everyone, from the class, Some people go, and I went, but I wasn't the part of the people who are, you know, people who graduated. I was helping on the sound system, etc. of the church. Because like we always need someone to help. So I thought like, why not? My girlfriend went there too, because why not go to the mass? It's like the center of life. So go. Then I came back to her house, to her place with her, and we had an argument, but like completely useless. And I stopped. My house is on the way, so I always stop here to leave my bike and change my clothes, because I go fully social and with my bicycle to the mass. Then stop just to accompany her to her house, and stopped and thought like, okay, she was being ungrateful because I was trying to help her, because she's having issues with her best friend, with her ex best friend, whatever. They were best friends for 6 years. By the way, she's a girl, her best friend, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't be dating her, because it's completely out of, I don't know, out of thought, out of consideration. But they were friends for like 6 years, and my girlfriend has a past of being basically a bitch. Not that she has had sex with people, she didn't, but she dressed like one. She took pictures, so the propaganda was completely like a prostitute. Was, if you see the images, like me personally, I get bad because it looks exactly like a prostitute. And her friend, of course, she helped her on her conversion one and a half year ago, and it would be very difficult if they weren't friends, best friends. They helped each other, but her best friend more did bad things to her. She was a bad influence to her for more years than she was a good influence, because although they're Christian now, they're Catholic now, they're converted, and they don't do these bad things, they have never done those horrific, whatever things since their conversion. Now she treats her like shit. Basically, her best friend treats her like shit, and she's suffering from it. But now she got in the mess with her best friend, that ex-best friend, whatever, that doesn't even talk to her, and she went to sit with her. And when I was like, what are you doing? Because like, you don't help yourself. You should treat her, and I already told her, you should treat her like nothing, just like she treats you. Because then she'll probably realize, oh, I'm being an asshole. But whatever, I realized today that this is not my business, this is not my problem. Although she's my girlfriend and I pretend to marry her, probably, I don't know. It's not my business. I don't care. I shouldn't care, at least. I shouldn't, because it's not something I can control. She and her best friend will solve this issue. Whatever, I might just advise, but not care at all. I'm stressing myself out of nothing. And after on WhatsApp, she told me that she had terrible day and she was tired of her life 100%. Then I thought, she told me like moments ago, and I thought like, will we work out as a couple? Because I want to be great. I am nothing. Really, I ain't nothing. But I want to be great, of course, upon the eyes of God, not upon the eyes of this terrible devil world. And the greater you are, the more suffer you receive, you get from life, the more suffer God lets you suffer, basically, because you're great. And suffer is what? molds you, what makes you great, you know. And will I succeed as a soul, as a Christian, and as a person, as a businessman, probably, as someone who wants to be great, extraordinary, physically, mentally, and mainly upon the eyes of God, and on this journey to be a saint? If she can't receive me solving her problems or trying to solve them, and she only exclusively wants me comforting her exactly like a child, it won't be sustainable, because I need to solve my problems. I have trillions of problems, and the only thing she says every time I talk about an issue is everything's gonna be okay. And the only way she wants to be treated is exactly like a child. Everything's gonna be okay, give me a hug, and that's it. Comfortable, 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 exactly like a child. If she keeps this comportament, this way of being through life, it will keep me from being my greater version, because I will have always by my side someone who is trying to get me to comfort, and comfort is not what makes you a great person. So this is the very first time I consider that we will not succeed, because this is a major problem. I will talk to her later. Now, like, I've already gave her good night and bye. I don't want to talk to her really, but I will talk to her, and if she's not willing to change, although she's a woman and women really have this tendency to just get comfort, but she needs to solve her problems. She has trillions of problems as I have too, but she doesn't want to solve them. And when I try to help her, she just like agrees but don't execute anything, literally anything. She doesn't execute them, like acts like as if I had never said the thing, the counsel, the advice. And although I am not very mature to advise people, I know some things, and some things I know more than her. But the only thing she wants is that I comfort her and give her a hug and don't talk about solving problems. And if I will have a person like this for decades, my entire life, I will not be as great as I could be, because I have this problem, I have this and that, I got, I don't know, spanked by the devil, whatever. God may once, if it's His will, give this grace to me, but whatever. I was spanked by the devil, by a demon. She will just comfort me, whatever, you know. But a more normal problem, I had an argument with my employee, with my coworker, with my boss. The kids aren't going well at school, whatever. Any problem like this, I lost 90% of my money on this thing I did on a business. I lost $1 million, etc., whatever. She would just comfort me. And this is like will keep me from always getting out of my comfort zone. I have to come back with this mentality of always doing things to go away, to get away from my comfort zone, because nothing happens in a comfort zone. Things only happen when you're not doing things you're comfortable with, basically. So you have to adore God more, and you have to not be comfortable with it. You have to work more, you have to work out more, you have to pray more, you have to study more, you have to be a more virtuous person, and a million things that keep you from being comfortable. But if she will always push me to this comfortable, and she will always get mad at me if I try to push her away from her comfort zone, we will not succeed. And I don't want a person like this. I have, among the 8 billion people in the world, of course there is someone else that is as pretty as she is, not that it matters, but as pretty as she is, hasn't had this bitch past, this almost bitch past, and will not try to keep me away from my comfort zone. So I'm gonna talk to her and see if she's willing to change this behavior, because this is not suitable for my life. And I already talked to her that I wanna be great, and she didn't understand that. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot.